We know you weren't at the availability, but you watched it. What did you hear from McDavid about his future in Edmonton?
In August 2025, the hockey world stopped to watch one story. The Edmonton Oilers and their captain, Connor McDavid, are in talks for a deal so big it could set an NHL record.
Connor McDavid should ask for 16, 17, 18, whatever he wants, up to 20%. The reality is, with the cap going up as much as it is going to go in the next 6, 7, 8 years, even if Connor took 20% of the cap right now, it still would be a bad contract for him.
A number keeps coming up, $17.5 million a year. The clock is ticking, trade rumors are growing, and every team is watching what will happen next. Connor McDavid is the captain of the Edmonton Oilers. He has led the team for years and is known as one of the best players in hockey. Right now, his contract talks with the Oilers are not finished. On August 13, 2025, the Hockey News said the Oilers are reportedly still negotiating crucial aspects of Connor McDavid's contract, raising uncertainty about the long-term future of their star player. This means they have not agreed on important details yet. Reports say McDavid may not want a long deal. He is reportedly leaning toward a short-term contract extension instead of the maximum 8-year deal the Oilers prefer. Insiders think his next contract will be very large. Bolavip reported that his next deal could be worth $16 to $17.5 million annually, potentially setting a new NHL salary record. This amount would be more money than any player in NHL history has made in one season. NHL insider Frank Saravalli spoke about it. He said, "This is a pure spitball. I believe it will be somewhere between $16 to $17.5 million a year on a 4-year deal." He also said, "It could be anywhere from 2 to 8 years. I don't think they've ruled out 8. 4 years might be the sweet spot." Another hockey analyst, Jason Gregor, gave his view. He said he expects McDavid will sign, but won't be surprised to see a shorter term of around 5 years. AAV in the $15.5 to $16 million range. No matter the number, both think McDavid will likely be the highest paid player in the league when the deal starts in the 2026 to 2027 season. The timing of the deal might depend on Team Canada's camp. The Two Mutts Hockey podcast said the contract extension for Connor McDavid will most likely happen after the Team Canada orientation camp, which is August 26th to the 28th in Calgary. The plan is to announce the contract extension before the captain skates begin and training camp starts. Oilers general manager Stan Bowman is ready. He said, "We're very eager to do that whenever they're McDavid's camp ready. Connor has earned the right to choose when he wants to get into the details of it, and we're ready right now. He knows that. If the deal does not get done soon, trade rumors will grow. If extension talks stall, the Oilers may face pressure to consider trading their superstar forward. High-profile teams, such as the Toronto Maple Leafs, the $3.5 billion valued New York Rangers, and the Los Angeles Kings are reportedly potential suitors. Still, some compare this to one of the biggest trades in hockey history. In 1988, Wayne Gretzky was traded from Edmonton to Los Angeles. One report said, "This uncertainty has sparked comparisons to the historic 1988 trade." McDavid's possible salary will change how the league sees player contracts. Bolavip wrote that his next deal reportedly could break salary records, reshaping the team's cap strategy and impacting the league's top player market. The NHL salary cap will rise about 10% next year, reaching $97 million. This gives teams more room to pay players. Some say if McDavid waits, he could be the first player in the history to earn $20 million annual average value. The Oilers also have to think about other big contracts. Leon Draisaitl signed an 8-year deal worth $14 million a year, which was the highest in league history at the time. Having both Draisaitl and McDavid on huge deals would be hard under the salary cap. A short deal for McDavid could help. Even on a short-term agreement of 2 or 4 years, McDavid's next deal will most likely make him the NHL's highest-paid player, when it takes effect in the 2026 to 27 season. If the Oilers and McDavid agree on a 4-year deal at $16 to $17.5 million per year, it will set a new record and force big changes to their roster plans. The talks in August 2025 are about more than just one player's pay. They could change the Oilers' future, affect other NHL contracts, and set a mark no player has reached before.
As you said, yeah, it's only been a couple of days since the season ended. Take some time to regroup. Talk to my agent a little bit and family and all that, and make some decisions whenever that time comes. But there's no rush.
Connor McDavid told reporters he wasn't in a rush to talk contracts. Now, weeks later, there's been nothing. With the team in off-season limbo and big names signing elsewhere, McDavid's silence now speaks louder than ever. The Oilers are waiting. The fans are waiting. But the captain still isn't saying anything. McDavid's silence is now a problem. And this silence could change everything for the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid is the captain of the Edmonton Oilers. He is one of the best hockey players in the world. McDavid has played his whole NHL career in Edmonton since the team picked him first in the 2015 NHL Draft. His current contract is an 8-year deal worth $100 million. That deal ends in July 2026. Right now, McDavid still has 1 year left on that contract. He will be allowed to sign a new deal starting on July 1st, 2025. If he does not sign, he becomes a free agent in 2026. That means any team in the league could offer him a deal. But so far, McDavid has not said if he will stay or leave. After the Oilers lost in the 2025 Stanley Cup Final to the Florida Panthers, reporters asked McDavid about his future. He answered, "It's only been a couple days since the season ended. I'm going to take some time to regroup, but there's no rush on anything like that." He also said, "If I feel there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem." That was the last time he spoke about it. McDavid's numbers this season were very strong. He had 74 assists in the regular season. He scored 33 points in 22 playoff games. He had 7 goals and 26 assists. His teammate Leon Draisaitl had the same playoff point total, but McDavid still hasn't said what he will do about his contract. The fans don't know. The team doesn't know. Other NHL teams are now watching closely. Stan Bowman is the general manager of the Oilers. He said, "He's the best player in the league, most important player in the league. He's our captain. He's our leader." Bowman said the team's #1 priority is to keep McDavid. He also said the contract talks will happen when McDavid is ready. But NHL free agency is already moving fast. Teams are signing players. The Oilers have to make choices about who to keep, who to sign, and how to build next season's team. But without knowing what McDavid wants, the team can't plan fully. That has caused a problem. If McDavid leaves, it could be a very big problem. The Oilers have made the playoffs 6 years in a row. They made the Stanley Cup Final 2 years in a row, but they lost both times. Some sports writers are saying McDavid might not want to wait much longer. If he doesn't think the team can win soon, he could decide to go somewhere else. Leon Draisaitl, McDavid's teammate and top scorer, signed a new deal last year. That deal is for 8 years and $112 million. If McDavid stays, he will likely make even more. Some reports say McDavid could become the highest paid player in the league. But that would mean the team has less money to spend on other players. If McDavid stays quiet much longer, the Oilers could be forced to trade him. They won't want to lose him in free agency for nothing. That's why some experts are saying the team needs to know soon. One article said McDavid's silence is wrecking the Oilers' free agency plans. Jeff Jackson is the CEO of the Oilers. He also used to be McDavid's agent. He said the next season will help decide everything. The team will wait, but not forever. Other teams, like the Toronto Maple Leafs and Florida Panthers, are already being mentioned as possible new homes for McDavid. Right now, every NHL team is watching. If McDavid doesn't say anything by the start of the season, the rumors will grow. Teams will begin making offers. Fans will keep asking questions. Even McDavid's teammates might start to worry. The Oilers had a record of 48 wins, 29 losses, and 5 overtime losses this past season. That was good enough to make the playoffs. They went all the way to the finals, but lost to the Panthers in 6 games. McDavid led the team in assists and was one of the top playoff performers in the entire league. But now all of that is in the past. The team needs to know what comes next. Free agents are being signed by other teams. The Oilers can't wait forever. And yet, McDavid says nothing. The pressure is building.
You know, I know people are going to look at that July 1 day and be looking to see if there's anything done. But for me, I'm just not in a rush that way.
Something big is coming to hockey, and it's not just about one team. On July 1st, Connor McDavid will make a move no one saw coming. That move could change how the best players in the league get paid. It will break a rule that stars have followed for years. What happens next may change the NHL forever.
You know, winning would be it's the most important thing. If I feel that there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem.
Connor McDavid is one of the best hockey players in the world. He plays for the Edmonton Oilers. He has scored more than 100 points in many seasons. He has won the MVP award 3 times. He led the Oilers to the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row. But on July 1st, the big story won't be about goals or assists. It will be about money, contracts, and something much bigger. McDavid signed his last contract in 2017. It was an 8-year deal worth $100 million. That means he has been making $12.5 million every year. This deal ends in 2026. But NHL rules say a player can start talking about a new contract 2 years before the old one ends. So on July 1st, 2025, McDavid will be allowed to sign a new deal. Most top players sign the longest deal possible. That's usually 8 years. It gives them more safety and helps the team plan for a long time. But this time, McDavid is expected to do something very different. Reporters say that McDavid might not want a long contract. Instead, he could ask for a shorter one, maybe just 4 years. Some people even say he could sign for only 2 or 3 years. This is something very few superstars have done. Why would McDavid want a short deal? The answer is the salary cap. The salary cap is the most money a team can spend on its players. This year, the cap is $88 million. Next year, it will go up to $97 million. In a few years, it might go even higher. If McDavid signs a short contract now, he can sign another one later when the cap is much bigger. That means he could make even more money. Other players have done this. Austin Matthews signed a 5-year deal in 2019. In 2023, he signed a 4-year deal. Leon Draisaitl just signed an 8-year deal for $112 million. But McDavid might want something shorter than all of them. Connor McDavid hasn't said much about his plans, but he did say this to NHL.com after the season. "I'm not in a rush to make any decision." He also said, "I need to do what's best for me and my family." These are clues that he is thinking very carefully. The Edmonton Oilers also know what's happening. Their new general manager, Stan Bowman, says he wants to keep McDavid. But McDavid said something important. He said, "If I feel that there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem." That means he wants to be sure the team can keep winning. If McDavid signs a short deal, he will be a free agent again in 2029 or 2030. That means other teams will have a chance to try and sign him. Teams like the Maple Leafs, Panthers, Kings, and Flyers might all be watching. If McDavid becomes a free agent, they might try to get him. Experts are saying this could change how NHL contracts work. Sports writer Pierre LeBrun said, "There's a good chance McDavid will sign a shorter deal instead of an 8-year max one." ESPN's Greg Wyshynski said, "It's not just about money, it's about power and timing." Connor McDavid had another amazing season. In 2024 to 2025, he scored 100 points in 67 games. In the playoffs, he scored 33 points in 22 games. That was the most in the league. He was named playoff MVP, even though the Oilers lost in the finals. Because of his great numbers, McDavid is more valuable than ever. If he signs a short deal, he can sign again in a few years for a lot more money. Some people believe he could make over $18 million per year in his next deal. That would be the highest ever in NHL history. This kind of deal gives the player more power. Usually teams like long contracts, but short deals let players choose more often. They can pick better teams or wait for the salary cap to go up. That's why this is such a big deal. Right now, McDavid has a $12.5 million cap hit. If he signs again soon, that number could go way up. If he waits, it might go even higher. And that's why this decision is so important. It affects not just him, but the whole NHL. Some reporters say McDavid may take a deal with only 2 or 3 years. That would give him the chance to test the market again very soon. And if he wins a Stanley Cup in that time, he could leave Edmonton as a free agent and pick any team he wants. Connor McDavid's next contract could change everything. It might change how young players sign their first big deals. It might change how teams plan their future. And it might change how much money top stars can make. This is why so many people are watching July 1st. That's the day McDavid is allowed to start contract talks. If he signs a short deal, other players may copy him. That could mean big changes in the NHL's old contract system. And if McDavid does leave Edmonton in a few years, it could be one of the biggest moves in NHL history. Teams will spend a lot of money to get a player like him. But right now, the Oilers still have a chance to keep him. Whether he signs for 2 years, 4 years, or 8 years, McDavid is changing the game, not just on the ice, but at the contract table. He didn't need to say a lot. Just by thinking about a short deal, he has already made waves across the NHL. On July 1st, the hockey world will be watching because what Connor McDavid chooses to do next might change everything.